Welcome to I'm Alert Food Safety Training. Let's take a squiz at how to wash your hands. Hand washing is an important part of minimising the risk of contamination of food by a food handler. A food handler must wash his or her hands whenever they are likely to be a source of contamination. This means hands should be washed before commencing food handling operations, before working with ready-to-eat foods, after handling raw food, immediately after using the toilet, immediately after smoking, coughing, sneezing, using a handkerchief or disposable tissue, eating or drinking, immediately after touching his or her hair, scalp, mouth, nose or ears. A food handler must, whenever washing his or her hands, use only the hand washing facilities provided. It is not acceptable to use other sinks, such as the food preparation sink or wash-up sink. Let's run through how to correctly wash your hands. Firstly, wet hands with warm running water. Apply enough soap to cover all hand surfaces. Rub hands palm to palm. Rub right palm over top of left palm with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub backs of fingers against opposing palms. Rotational rubbing of left thumb clasped in right palm and vice versa. Rub fingers of right hand around, back and forward in left palm, then vice versa. Rinse hands with water. Dry hands thoroughly with a single-use paper towel. Use the towel to turn the tap off. Your hands are now clean and safe. Welcome to I'm Alert Food Safety Training. Let's take a squiz at requirements relating to the sanitising of specific equipment. Cleaning is a process that removes dirt, dust, food particles and/or smells. Sanitising is a process that removes bacteria, or at least reduces bacteria to a safe level so as to prevent foodborne illness. During these processes, you must therefore consider that detergent removes grease and grime, and sanitisers kill bacteria. A food business must ensure that the following items are clean and sanitised: eating and drinking utensils before each use. The food contact surfaces of equipment, whenever food that will come into contact with a surface is likely to be contaminated. This includes items such as chopping boards, food preparation benches, mixing bowls, storage containers, cooking equipment, knives, tongs and thermometers. Basically anything that comes into direct contact with food. These items should be cleaned and sanitised prior to contact with food or between being used for raw and ready-to-eat foods. In certain circumstances, it may be necessary to clean and sanitise equipment during production. For example, every 4 hours when processing potentially hazardous food, or between batches or lots to avoid contamination being transferred from one batch to another. When washing food contact items and utensils, the process should include the following 6 steps to ensure proper cleaning. Pre-clean. The pre-clean involves scraping, wiping or sweeping away food scraps and then rinsing with water. Wash. Washing involves using hot water and detergent to take off any grease and dirt. Soaking may be required. Rinse. Rinsing off any loose dirt or detergent. Sanitise. Using an appropriate sanitizer. Final rinse. Washing off the sanitizer. Read the sanitizer's instructions to see if you need to do this. Dry. Allow it to drip dry. Remember, it is not appropriate to use tea towels for drying, as they can transfer contamination if they are not clean. When using sanitizers, they should be food grade and a manufacturer's instructions should be carefully followed, especially with regard to the dilution rates and application methods. When sanitizing food preparation benches, it is recommended that food grade non-rinse type sanitizers are used. This will make the sanitization process easier, as the sanitizer can be simply sprayed onto the surface, then wiped off with a paper towel after the required application period.